Previously on the diary.
Dear diary, well, get it? Because this doesn't sound like the diary of a girl at all. Love, Jessica. My mom gave me my birthday present, an all-inclusive trip across South America for both Jessica and me. We crashed head-on, full speed on Jessica's side. Dear Jessica, you are alive, but you're not conscious. I don't know if you can hear me, but I will read this out loud for you in case you can. I just heard the doctor say that if you don't get better in the next 12 hours, they will have to amputate your legs above the knee. 3 doctors came to look at her case before those crucial 12 hours passed. They tried different things. Collectively, the efforts of everyone saved her legs. Jessica's dad has been very worried for Jessica's well-being. He's visited her every day since the accident. Jessica has not come out of her slumber. I've spent many hours by her side, telling her stories about things that happened before we ever met, things I did in the psych ward, etc. I made myself laugh, I made myself cry. I really hope it's true that she can hear me. It'd be a shame to find out all those moments I really spent alone. It was the arts teacher. She opened the door in her underwear, topless, yesterday's makeup all run down her face, hair all jumbled up, and a bottle of vodka in her hand. I took a picture of her like that. She didn't even notice. She was probably drunk and wistful. She was probably bawling her eyes out. She was probably distracted and maybe a little bit suicidal. I recognized the car in a second, and it still has the dents of the crash. Do I have what it takes to murder someone in cold blood? Yes, because I'm going to plan this murder so that I can enjoy it. Holy nematodes, diary. It seems like my initial idea of the zombie snakes is not necessarily that impossible. So I might take my mom up on that trip to Latin America. I just need to be sure that this is exactly how I want to kill the arts teacher.
The following takes place on June 24, 2015.
Dear diary, Jessica woke up today. These are the best news I've heard in a while. And while I had so many things to tell her, I couldn't get any of those words to come out of my mouth. It all sounded dumb and trivial. I just sat there in the back of the room and let her slowly reintegrate back into the world of the living by catching up with her dad. Trying to figure out what to say to her, I even thought of going back to that entry she wrote in my diary to see if I could tell her something more meaningful, but I couldn't break our promise to each other. It was her idea to write in my diary. The only condition I gave her was not to read anything else, so she asked me not to read hers either after. Can you imagine if she knew the things I wrote about her diary? I wonder what she wrote about me. But I did end up reading my previous 2 entries. Diary. I sound terrible in them. Who have I become? I am talking about another human being's life and absolutely destroying it without any remorse. I took out the picture of the arts teacher on my phone and just stared at it for hours. Now that Jessica is back, would I find a way to forgive the arts teacher for what she almost did to her? I kept staring at her picture, trying to find a connection between the idea of the person I wanted to obliterate and the beautifully shaped, pretty-faced, troubled, drunken train wreck of a woman the arts teacher has become. She clearly didn't do what we did on purpose. She clearly left us there because she was afraid. She's slowly drinking herself to death anyway. Do I really need to take action and be responsible for what happens to her? I could just leak out this topless picture of her and get her fired. Or I could just report her for the hit and run and let the authorities take care of it. Or both. Wouldn't that be punishment enough? I mean, in the end, Jessica will be alright, won't she? Wrong. As I write this down, she's screaming in pain. The nurses rushed in to check up on her, and it seems like the amount of morphine they are legally able to give her is not enough to calm her down and ease her agony. So she will have to sit there all night, constantly feeling like her bones are being sawed off until her condition starts to get better all on its own. It's too much. It breaks my heart to see her like that. And I can't help her. It stresses me out that I can't do anything about it. I'm experiencing a very noticeable tachycardia right in front of her, but she can't see it because her eyes are squinting so hard she could pop a vein. I think the little daisy flower was right, just when I thought I was being too hard on the arts teacher. So here's the plan. This weekend, I'm going to Venezuela. I already located a place where they traffic the eggs of a type of worm that, if ingested, can hatch in your stomach, make its way to your brain, and start eating it slowly. Tania solium, the zombie nematode. I will come back with a few of those, feed them to her, And weeks later, she'll start to experience seizures and other fascinating brain lesion-related side effects. It will be the sweetest, most delightful moment when she finally realizes there is no rewind button on what's happening to her. It will be a fun roulette of random issues, one after the other, until she dies. Holy nematodes. I can't wait. Love, C.